Hello, everybody. Okay, so I have finished chapters. I believe it's 15 to 20. So every 5 chapters, I will do an impression video or something like that. So Elaine was actually so the history of Harry Dresden before he became like the character he is now was a young man who came into his powers. His father died of a brain aneurysm, and so he was given over to this former warden to learn how to control his abilities, to be able to do magic and all that jazz, and discovered that his teacher was basically manipulating and trying to get him to do stuff that he didn't want to do. Elaine was the other apprentice, and of course, she supposedly died and everything. But we all know. So by the time you get to book 9, you do know that Elaine is still alive, and so she features predominantly in this book. And what I really like about Jim Butcher is that he doesn't make weak female wizards. He makes them strong and badass and all that type of stuff. So anyways, so she's helping him try to find out what is going on, who is killing these women. And of course she suspects Thomas, not only because he is a white court vampire, but also that she just has this very negative view about him. Poor man. But yeah. So we're at this point where, Harry is definitely trying to convince her that Thomas is not the one doing this and everything. And it looks like Thomas is doing his own thing and with connection to these women's deaths. And that's always a good thing, because Thomas he's a kick-ass white court vampire. And, of course, he probably has his reasons for doing it. And I have not read this book in so long that I don't even know what his reasons were. But anyways, so I am absolutely loving this book. For people that want to know how far into the Dresden Files do I got books, that is Changes and the 2 smaller or thinner books I've got. So I don't have after he dies and all that type of stuff. Temporarily dies. But anyways, so I am so loving this book so far. So, yeah. Alright, so that's it for today. And another thing, before I end, I do have my own fantasy book channel where I do book reviews, fantasy hauls, book reviews. I show you whatever fantasy book that I'm currently reading. I do reviews of fantasy TV shows, fantasy movies. I did one yesterday on Storybook. I think it was either yesterday or early today. I did one for Storybook, which is a 1994 fantasy movie. Yeah. So if it has like fairies and knights and elves and stuff like that, it's definitely what I will review. I also reviewed the first episode of The Rings of Power Season 1, which I did really dig and everything. So, as far as this series is concerned, I will be doing a review of this book on my fantasy channel, as well as the Book Corner. Alright, I will see you guys around.